past life regression even before I started Havisha Global. So, I've been studying and learning about these things since a very young age, but it's only now in recent times that I've started to actually, do all of this and implement and execute this in my life, right? Again, like last year, I was in my personal year 9. Okay, so just to tell people what is a personal year. So we are right now in 2021, right? So for everybody, when we take their birth of date, we get a personal year for them. Okay, so every new year will be a different personal year for me. It'll be a different personal year for Rachri, and it'll be a different personal year for Nidhi. Okay, so for instance, if somebody gives me the date of birth right away, I can tell you what their personal year would be and tell you, as to what events they can expect in their coming year. So if anybody, maybe either Nidhi or Archery, or, we have so many guests. We have Mrs. Meena Sehgal and a lot of other people, Arushi Buraria, Reenu Agarwal. Anybody can give me their date of birth. I can tell them what their personal year is going to be like. So coming to me, I have been, so this was my last year was my personal year 9. Now, personal year 9 is a lot about giving. Okay, so this could be philanthropic work. This could be any kind of learning of information and sharing. It's a year about giving and sharing. You also go through a lot of health transformations, but it's also a year where you like learn and you give. So I learned a lot and I was giving a lot in terms of information, numerology, tarot. I think I must have given like so many complimentary, like hundreds of complimentary readings to people in my personal year number 9, which was last year. And today in my personal, as of today, 2021 is my personal year 1, okay, which is again all about money. It is about leadership. It is about starting new ventures, collaborations, and we've beautifully collaborated in this venture today, come together to share this message about how, numerology, tarot, crystal healing, life coaching, business coaching can instantly transform your lives. So this is also kind of a collaboration and growing our business collaboratively, right? So again, in a personal year 1, mostly ventures, you will get into a lot of ventures or a lot of areas in your life where you will see either, a lot of business developments happening, a lot of new things starting. Now, this could also be like marriage coming in something, going out of something, but a new start, starting a family, starting a new project, moving countries. So it could be anything new. So that's a personal year 1. I'm literally giving you a practical example from my life. Okay.
So
So
Tanvi,
let me
we have
also.
actually quite a few birth dates coming up on the chat.
Okay.
So how
Okay.
do we benefit all of them through you?
If I do that, then we will not be able to talk so much about the various concepts because I have so much information to share. But probably we could like pick up a couple of birth dates and then we could take it from there. Maybe one or two. And then what we can do is I'll in any case tell you how you can calculate your personal year, and I will tell you what each personal year is about. So even if I'm not able to cover your particular personal year, you will know exactly how to calculate it and how to know what it means for you and what events you can expect. So even if we are not, naturally going to be able to cover everybody's personal year here, but if once I explain it to you, how to calculate it, you can calculate it for yourself and then know what a personal year would mean for you, because I'll be going through all the personal years 1 to 9 right here in this session.
Okay.
So who do we start with?
No, that's good enough. We you just give us how can we go about this personal year so we can calculate that.
Okay, so I'll tell you from my date of birth. Okay, so I'm a 31st October 1983. Okay, so let's talk about birth date. What we just spoke about, birth date is your date of birth. So I'm a 31st October born. So 3-1 is the date. Okay, so when I add 3 and 1, it's a 4. So I'm a birth date 4. So that's clear. How do we get to know about our birth date? Now we calculate what is our personal year. Okay, so when I take 31st October 1983, okay, that comes to an 8, right? Everybody agrees with me? Please give me a thumbs up if you're like in tune with me and everybody's understanding. Okay, great. Okay, so basically now when I add all of this, it comes to a 8, right? That is what my complete date of birth is. Now to calculate my personal year, instead of adding a 1983, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a 31st October 2021. Okay, so instead of adding your year of birth to calculate your personal year, you're going to add the current year. Okay, so instead of 31st October 1983, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the sum total of 31st October 2021. So that adds to a 10, right? So makes my personal year number 1. Okay. So when you're in your personal year number 1, it means any kind of new beginnings. Okay. It's a seeding year. It's a year of new beginnings, new starts, new ventures. So it could be new ideas, new plans, So anything to do with starting something, it's a fantastic year for you to seed or start anything. Now, one is also the number of the sun, which means it's really going to be a year where you can shine. Okay. So in whatever you start, it's going to be very good for you. And there are very high chances of there being a lot of success in whatever you start in a personal year number 1. It's a great year because it's a one also reflects sun energy, right? So it's a great year for leadership and decision making. So if you've put a lot of decisions on the back burner for a lot of years or even months or weeks, you will see you'll be able to take faster decisions about anything and everything in your life. So this is a good year to take important decisions. You want to move a house, you want to shift your jobs, you want to, even if you want to migrate to another country, anything to do with new things, whether it's getting out of something or moving into something. So a lot of people, it's a great year to get married, or if you want to come out of something that's not working out for you, be it professionally, personally, it's a great year for big changes and new starts, fresh starts. Okay, so anything that you want to modify in your life, big changes, one is also very good year for that, right? So this is about your personal year number 1. Now, a personal year number 2 is basically, so one is seeding, right? So we have kind of sown the seed. 2 is the germination of the seed. Okay. So that what a personal year number 2 is going to be. So when your complete date of birth minus the year will be 2021. That adds to a number 2. So that is what a personal year 2 is going to be for all of you. Now this can be, but in a personal year number 2, it's all about germination. So when you sow something, it either grows, supposing you sow a seed, it'll either grow into a sapling, right? It'll germinate or it'll die. So it'll give you a lot of clarity. You need to be patient, and you also need to be strong in a personal year number 2, right? So for all of you who have a personal year number 2 for them in 2021, please be patient and be very strong. Okay, if you have sown something in the last year, you'll have to be a little patient to know what the results are going to be like. So it's not a year where you can rush through and just say that, okay, I'm going to implement this, I'm going to start this, I'm going to accomplish this. You will need to be patient. All this can happen in your personal year number 1. Okay, in this year, if it's your personal year number 2, you will require to be very patient. It's going to be a bit of a slow year for you, not as fast and quick paced as the personal year number 1. So you will also need to wait and watch. Don't take decisions like in a jiffy. So kind of weigh your decisions. You might also be a little moody in this year, because 2 is again moon energy. What is moon energy? Like 1 is sun energy, moon energy is very emotional, right? So we also, if you're a birth date number 2, also they're very emotional people. They can have quick highs and they can also have quick lows. Okay, they can get moody very quickly. They can also get like depressed very easily. So all these are elements that might be present in your personal year too. So if you do feel a little moody sometimes, if you're going through something, you've had a bit of a rough day and you're feeling depressed, don't think, oh my god, I'm going into depression. No, it's just it's very temporary. It's not permanent. It's just a phase and it will change. Okay, now it's a 2. Personal year 2 is also very good for partnerships. Being a number 2 again is everything to do with partnerships, making partnerships work. So it can also be a year where you're trying to actually negotiate, compromise, making things work. Okay, and it's definitely not a year to start an independent venture. That is a number 1. Okay, so number 2, do not start any independent ventures. It might require you to make extra adjustments this particular year. Okay, and there can be like certain emotional fluctuations as well. Okay, so this is something that you can expect in your personal year number 2. Okay, now in your personal year number 3, your personal year number 1 was sowing the seed, personal year number 2 was germination. Now personal year number 3 is going to all be about that sapling growing. So you can basically see like short term results, okay, and short term returns. So if you have sown that seed, okay, if you have sown that seed, and now in personally in number two, that seed was germinating, now it's actually going to start growing and giving you short term fruit, short term results, right? So if you've put in, supposing in a venture in personal number one, you put 100 rupees. In personal number three, you can expect about 30. So don't expect in a personal year number three that, okay, I put in 100 in year number one in this company or in this business or in whatever aspect of your life. So now personal year three, I'm going to get all the returns. Short term returns will start coming in. And it's also, three is all about creativity, communication, a vibrant activity. So you might even see that you're taking like more inclined towards like taking music lessons, taking dance lessons, your communication skills, because tree is all about expression. So your communication skills might like also like really improve. You might find yourself all of a sudden very social, like oh my god, I didn't meet all these friends in like so long, and all of a sudden you'll feel meeting your friends, you're meeting your relatives, you've just like become a social butterfly. So these are again like all signs of personally or number three. Okay, so if you have any questions that you people would like to ask me while we are doing this, please go ahead and you can ask me all those questions right now.
Tanvi,
And
can you please repeat the formula for the personal year of everyone? Everybody.
yeah, so I'll give you my date of birth example. So I'm a 3 1 10 okay, 1983. Okay, that's my date of birth. But how am I going to calculate my personal year? 31102021. So basically, you remove your year of birth and just put the current year. Okay,
So
so if
it's
you would,
the birth date, the month, and the current year.
absolutely, birth date, month, current year. All right, are we clear with that?
Yes.
All right, great. And so, yeah, so it's all going to be like your personal year three is going to be about all these things. It's going to be a very positive and a very progressive year. You're going to see short term returns. And like I said, like if you put in 100 in personal year one, you can expect at least a 30 right now. Okay. So that was your personal year number three. Now, personal year number four is all about structure. Personal year number one was about sowing the seed. Personal year two was about germinating, seeing whether it grows or dies. Personal year three was really like receiving short-term fruit from your plant, from whatever you have sown. Now, four is all about structure. The roots are going to go deep, okay? And like I told you, 1 4 8 are all numbers of money, okay? It's all about money, investments, business, fixed assets. So if you want to buy a house, four is the year for you. If you want to invest in something, four is the year for you. Now, I do not mean liquid investments, okay? No shares, debentures, and anything like that. It has to be fixed assets, okay? So if you want to invest in something, or even if you're expecting return on any of your fixed assets, you will see this is a good year for that. You want to sell something, you want to buy something, land, money, investment, fixed assets. This is a great year to build on anything like that. It's a year to build strong financial foundations. It's a year of hard work, but it's also sometimes like the thing with the 4 and 8 are not with the 1 4 and 8, all three numbers are all about money. But in a 4 and an 8, sometimes the results can be delayed, but there's a lot of money, also a lot of hard work, but a lot of money. Okay, you can also see in a number 4 year, you might be studying, learning a lot. Okay, but in a number 4 year, please be careful not to get into any kind of legal matters. Okay, number 4 is not a good number in general for anything legal. So if there's any pending case that you need to work on, don't choose number 4 as a year. Now somebody might say, okay, I can't put off my entire case or whatever legal thing that I'm going through for one more year. So then you guys come to me, say, Tanvi, we can't put this off. So it's like we have your birth date and your personal year, we also have personal month. Okay, so maybe in your personal year, I might tell you what is a great personal month for you to go ahead and take up that matter if you must. Okay, so that is how numerology can really help us to know what are the favorable timings for us to do something. Okay, your house number makes a difference, your vehicle number can also make a difference, your office number makes a difference. Okay, so when people come to me, so many times, like I don't tell them to, obviously I won't say that, okay, this house, depending on whatever problems that you have told me, maybe your house number is not suitable, but obviously I'm not going to ask you to change your house. So we can put digits. You get those stick on digits, like stick on charts which have all the digits 1 to 100. I will just tell you to put some stick on digits outside your office or outside your home. So these are the ways that we can find friendly solutions to transform whatever struggles you are going through almost very, very quickly, so you can like literally transform your struggles into opportunities and grow in life much faster. Okay. So this was about your personal year number 4. Now let's come to a personal year number 5. Okay. So 1 was seeding, 2 was germination, 3 was, you know, fruits, short-term fruits from the sapling. 4 was all about the roots going deep and money coming in. Now 5 is about flowering. Okay. So you can expect a lot of abundance, prosperity, um, a lot of traveling. It's a very, very happy-go-lucky number 5. Okay. And just remember all these properties that I'm telling you about, all these personal years, the same will apply to you if you are a number 5 by birth or in your personal month as well. Okay. So these are essentially what you can expect in a number 5. Also, there can be sudden changes in a number 5 year, very, very big changes. They can be good changes. Sometimes they can come as a bit of a shock to people in their personal year 5, but there can be big changes in a personal year number 5. All kind of changes. Like people travel overseas, people get married, people get separated, you can have a child, you can lose a job, you can leave a relationship, you can leave a country, it can be sudden changes. But overall 5 is a year that will bring you a lot of abundance and prosperity. So 5 is a number of abundance and prosperity. Again, guys, a caution for number 5 is no liquid assets, shares and debentures. Don't get into this in a number 5 year or even a number 4 year. Okay. Now, if you have any questions, I'd be very, very happy to even take them alongside once we're doing the personal years. Okay. Or we can even take them up later. So now we're going to be talking about a personal year number 6. Okay. So like personal year number 3 was short-term returns. This is going to be a little more return coming in, okay, into your lives. So if like in a personal year 3, you got 30, if you put in 100 in your personal year 1, here you'll get probably like a 50, 60. Okay. So personal year 6 is going to be all about relationships. So you'll see a lot of your time you're spending either with your family, like your spouse, your children, your your laws, or maybe anything and everything to do with like household work or family. Year of a lot of responsibility. Now this is not a bad thing, like a lot of responsibility, because 6 is also the number of luxury. Okay. So it's going to be like a mixed bag, but 6 is usually, there's a lot of, they usually, it's a year where you're like homebound, like you land up spending more time with friends, with family, with your children, maybe just in a lot of increased responsibility, or maybe even otherwise in life you feel that you're taking up more, maybe you take up like 4 or 5 projects because you have more financial responsibility to fulfill towards your family. So in one way or the other, you will see that there is a lot of responsibility towards your family to fulfill in a personal year number 6. Okay. Or even at work. So it's a year of responsibility, but also a year of very good returns and a year of luxury, because you're taking that much more, you're making that much more, and you're benefiting that much more. So it's a year of relationship, family, luxury, year of fruits. So you will be making more with whatever you invested, or even otherwise, in a personal year number 6 compared to a personal year number 3, because that was short-term returns. This is more than short-term returns. Okay. So that was about your personal year number 6. Now coming to your personal year number 7. So like 2, 7 is again a bit of a slowish year. Okay. Like 2 and 7 are actually kind of twin numbers. Okay. In numerology. So like in your personal year number 2 was a bit of a slow year. Personal year number 7 will also be kind of slow. It's a year of thinking, introspection, expansion. So you can think about how you will expand certain things, how you will execute and implement the expansion of those things. It can be a year of education, learning, spiritual growth. You might see yourself doing a lot of spiritual courses, or reading a lot, or doing a lot of meditation. A lot of this happens even in personal year number 2, because I was telling you in personal year number 2, people can feel very moody, very emotional, because both 2 and 7 are influenced by the moon, right? So when you're feeling that way, it's always good, like to meditate, or to reflect, to go within, to introspect. So all this will be happening in a personal year number 7. There may not be a lot many opportunities coming to you like in a personal year number 1, or maybe a lot of money coming to you like in a personal year number 4 or 8, but do know that you can make very good use of this year in upgrading your skills and updating yourself, your knowledge, learning, transforming, really nurturing your soul. So maybe you can like take up any kind of a course that you've been putting on the back burner for a long time. So maybe if you want to learn numerology or tarot or anything that you feel will help your soul feel more enriched, this is the year to invest in your soul. Okay, and to learn and to grow and to expand and to think and to plan ahead for the future. Okay, or even introspect on whatever your past has been and build from here on whatever you would like to truly create. Okay, so now coming to your personal year number 8, like I've said in the past as well, the 148 is all about money coming in. So this is a year completely about money, and we're talking about the real returns of what we planted in the personal year number 1. Okay, similarly I tell my clients that when you're in a personal month number 8 or personal month number 1 or 4, also you can expect like returns to come in. So these are the qualities. 148 are money numbers. Okay, so 8 you can expect a lot of returns coming in. Now 8, 4 and 8 are again very karmic numbers. Okay, so please make sure that whatever you started in your personal year number 1, or if you did some financial transaction in your personal year number 4, even in a personal month number 4, just the intention should be correct. Okay, so if your intention is correct, because like they say, like what you sow shall you reap, right? So you have to just make sure that karmically you're taking the right steps. Okay, and you're not out there to cheat somebody. Because if you think that, okay, this is my personal year number 8, I can do whatever I want and make returns. No, it doesn't happen like that. 4 and 8 are also very karmic numbers. Okay, so if you have gone about doing your business in a very conscious manner, or if you have like made the right investments in a conscious manner, and it's not about, or like got into a partnership with somebody, you have to be very conscious and your intention has to be correct when it comes to even money matters. Just because you're in a good money year or a good money month, it doesn't mean that you can make money through dubious means. Okay, when I say money coming in, it means that karmically you're doing, obviously performing karmically good deeds. I don't want to get into the good and bad actually, but like with the right intention, you're doing whatever you're doing. So you can then definitely expect returns. And it's a good year to like buy, invest, whether it is in land, property, a new office, moving to a new office, moving to a new house. So anything that again has to do with like foundations and money, but not again liquid assets. Okay, again like with a lot of good intention, guys. So please remember, because don't come to me saying that I did this, but like I didn't get returns. I would again say like, guys, please, karmically we all need to be like sound in order to get like returns from wherever we're investing our money also. Okay, sometimes of course you've done everything right and your money gets stuck, then we look at other things. Okay, like when I do the numerology of a person, for instance, I had a client who literally came to me and he told me, I have 9 rupees. I cannot even like Paytm you anything right now. So within like 2-3 days, I'm going to like arrange through somebody to give my numerology fee. But he told me like I have 9 rupees in my bank balance. And, this is somebody who's not, it was just a financial struggle that he was going through, where he like lost all his money, and because of some reason his account was sealed, and all of that, he was going through a bit of a mess. So when we changed his name numerology, seeing about what his challenges were. Okay, as per his name and his date of birth, the numbers need to be compatible, so then we can instantly change wherever you are stuck. Now this person instantly had a number 8 as his total date of birth. Okay, but still he was stuck in so many things because there was a lot of conflict between his date of birth, his name numerology, his date of birth numerology, and from that entire scenario, all the troubles were coming in his life. So we had to like tackle that, work on his name numerology, and you will not believe me, within less than like, it was like 3 days, and he called me and he said that things have like, I have money coming into my life, and now like literally he's extremely secure, and financially like he has lakhs and lakhs, so he's like completely secure. And that is the kind of transformation that you see in numerology. Okay, it's instant, because some numbers are like enemy numbers, they're just not compatible together. Okay, so they will cause like struggle or challenges in your life. Okay, so once we work on those numbers, we can very easily change the circumstances in our lives. Okay, so that's what I would like to say. I had another client of mine who had, she had got divorced, and she had this whole thing in her mind that, and she was absolutely doing fabulous in her business, comes from a second tier city. So people there are not very broad minded. So she was like, Tanvi, I want to settle down, but I am just so I don't think it can ever happen. I'm like, why do you feel like that? She's like, because I'm running my own business, and in cities like these, I'm not going to reveal the name of my client or anything, because like I hold client confidentiality in utmost I mean utmost importance, and it's very important to me to keep my client information confidential. So client confidentiality is very important. But what I'm trying to say is, like, so she came to me and she said that it's very difficult for me to resettle if I have to resettle here, because my business is so successful, and in this particular city where I stay, it's tier 2 city, people are not so open minded that if you've been if you come out of a relationship and you're so successful, if they would even want to have anything in terms of a marriage or anything, like with me now. She was not confident about it. We worked on her numbers, we worked on her confidence through her numbers, and of course a couple of live coaching sessions that I gave her. And I'm so delighted that it's only like after Diwali I got a message from my client that she has found a lovely life partner in life from the same area where she is right now, and without her having to actually even it's like she said, like, if it's I will have to choose between my business and like having a family and a relationship and a marriage. I says, you don't have to. And that's exactly what happened. And today she's successful in a business, and touchwood, she has a fantastic companion. So sometimes when we work on our numbers, and we also work on ourselves inside out, and we have the faith that yes, we will be able to transform whatever we are struggling with in our life, it happens. But then a lot of that confidence, a lot of the positivity has to also come from within. You have to believe in it. I could say as much that this will shift through your numbers, but that confidence and that belief has to come within you. So when you get numerology done for yourself, or for your so when you do it, like for instance, if I do a name numerology for you, you will have to sign that name 24 times every day for at least 6 to 8 months. Okay, so you have to be religious in doing that in order to see results. Now many people don't want to change their names permanently. They're like, okay, we have our business, we have bank accounts, all of that. So even if you don't change your name permanently, you can continue writing it and then take a decision later. Okay, but through the energy of what you're writing every day, you will see transformation in your life. For instance, this lady client of mine I was talking about, she hasn't changed her name because it was all there in her business documentation and bank accounts and so on and so forth. But still she was able to get the fruits of whatever she was doing in terms of writing a new signature 24 times in a day, and within, I think, 8 months, she has been able to completely transform her struggles in her life. So this was I just got talking about all these things in between the personal year number 8. So coming to personal year number 9, it's a year of completion. It's or a year of endings. So whatever you were struggling with or building in your life, nurturing, this is the year where you will see results coming in. Okay. Now, like I said, in my personal year number 9, my heart was in luxury, still is. I always was learning so much more even before I started my luxury business. But it took me maybe all these number of years. Like I told you, 2011, I started my luxury business. 2020, 2019 is the year actually when I started professionally giving out. 2019 is the year when I started professionally giving out readings to people and took my wellness business ahead. All this while it was just, no, I really would like to do this, really would like to do this, and I want to take this out of the world. Can I do both luxury and wellness? Will I have to compromise on one if I want to start the other? So all of this came to a fruition in my 8-9 year. Okay, like I was saying. And I learned so many more things, like other than tarot and numerology. Like I also learned mediumship. I'm not practicing mediumship professionally, but it was really enriching for me personally to learn that. So it is a year of completion. Like whatever you have desired to achieve in your life, this is a wonderful year of kind of completing that. Okay, cycle. It's also a since it's a year of completion, it will also be a year of ending. So guys, consciously, because there are so many times in life where we just keep on taking certain circumstances, certain situations, certain people. It's hurting you. You can feel it consciously that this is not working out for you. Or maybe this, you're in a business, you're in a job, something is not working out and you want to make that switch. You don't have the courage. You're not sure. Or if you're in a relationship which is like really very, it's not really working for you. This is a good year for all kinds of things that have not worked for you to kind of gently walk out of them. Okay. Now, a lot of people also go through temporary health problems in a personal year number 9. Now, the interesting thing is, like my teacher had told me, when she was in a personal year number 9, she all of a sudden got a liver problem out of nowhere, like her liver problem. No, it was a kidney problem, sorry. And she's like, I never had any problems with my kidneys. And it just started in the beginning of the year. By the end of the year, it just went like wham, it was gone. So many times you might get certain health issues in a personal year number 9, but they'll most likely go by the end of the year. So please, guys, number 9 is the year where you have to take good care of your health. There might be certain health issues that you might experience, but if you take care of yourselves in a personal year number 9, those issues will go away by the end of the year. If not, then they might carry forward to the next year, which is not something that I would ideally like to happen with any of you. So now, when you go into personal year number 9, if some new health issue or health issues pop up, please don't think that Tanvi said that they'll go by personal year 9 end. So now I don't need to do anything about my health issue. Okay, so I can take it easy because वो तो चले ही जाएगा ना. By the end of the year it'll go, so I don't need to do anything. No. Please don't do that, because whatever it is that you face in terms of your health in a personal year number 9, you have to take care of it. You have to tend to it, and only then will it go by personal year number 9 by the end. Because ideally, if you take care of it, it will go. Otherwise, it may carry forward to personal number 1, and that's a new year for you. So we don't want to like carry forward something that we don't want in a new year that will carry forward with us and continue to kind of carry forward. So whatever health issues you face in a person in number 9, don't panic, but take care of them. Okay, person in number 9 can also be a year of anxiety. It can be a year of worry for you. All these are short term. Also, all the things will come to the surface. Okay, so like I was saying, if anything's been troubling you, if you've been in a relationship that is troubling you, now I don't essentially mean to say it has to be a love relationship or a marriage. It can be any kind of a relationship. Sometimes people grow out of friendships, right? And you know that something is a little bit of a burden on you, or something is really not working, and you're like just making it work somehow, and it's taking like an emotional toll on you. Now this is a year where you can take a conscious effort that anything that is not working for you, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a job, whether it is anything, even if it's like a certain routine in your life that you have set for yourself and it's not working for you, this is the time to change that and to deal with that and leave it behind gently. Okay, so a lot of changes in your life will happen in your number 9 year. Okay, or even in your personal month number 9. So, and any sudden health issues, if taken care of, can go, so there's nothing to worry. You'll also see yourself giving a lot of things to people in a personal year number 9. Like I gave hundreds of readings to people free, absolutely free, like on women entrepreneur groups and a lot of other women groups. I gave a lot of women who wanted readings, like hundreds of them, completely free. Okay, but again, like what also happened with me is I got a lot of health issues in my personal year number 9. Okay, and what I also so number 9s, as it is, they're going to give a lot, is what I was talking about. Okay, so if you have a certain number 9, now it's not there in everybody's chart. It has to be a combination with the number 9. You'll see a lot of politicians with a number 9 in the chart. It's also about giving, right? So it completely depends on the mix of numbers in your chart. Okay, so you have to see, but it's also a great time. It's a good year for like to get married, also to have a kid, or like and because your wisdom is at its highest in a personal year number 9. Okay, so people, situations, anything not required to will go. Number 9, person number 9, person number 1 are good things for like seeding of anything as well, because a lot of the stuff that you don't require is already, you gently like push it away out of your life, or you come out of the situations and you start afresh. So person number 9 is a good year to start fresh things, like a personal year number 1. Okay, so I think this is it, guys. We've gone through your personal year number 1 to 9 in detail. So, your personal year, like I said, is your date of birth, your month of birth, and the current year, the sum total of that. Okay, now birth date again, we discussed, if you're I'm a 31, so I'm a birth date number 4. So that's the birth date. Now, what is your life path? Like I said, my sum total of all the digits comes to a number 8. So I'm an LP 8, life path 8. Similarly, your life path is the sum total of all your complete date of birth. Your date, your month, and your year of birth is your life path. Okay. So your birth date, we know, your life path, we know, and your personal year, instead of adding your original year of birth, you add the current year. So that will give you your personal year, right? Now, when your birth date or when your life path is the same as your personal year, now supposing my date of birth is 31st, right? So now supposing I was in my personal year number 4, that would be lucky for me. Okay, or if your sum total comes to number 4 and your sum total of your date of birth, that is date, month, year, comes to number 4, and you're in a personal year number 4, that will also be lucky for you. Now, a lot of people say these numbers are not lucky. Okay, that is not lucky. I don't believe in any of that, guys. Every number is lucky for you. If you're born on that date, it's automatically lucky for you. So please don't think that my date of birth is not lucky if I'm born on a 13th or if I'm born on a number 4. For instance, I'm a number 4, okay, or I'm born on a number 8 or a 17th, something like that. Because people say now 4 and 8 are numbers of struggle. Yeah, 4 and 8 are numbers of struggle. It's okay, we get slow returns. We also have to struggle a lot in life, but we also get great returns. We get to learn a lot. We're very intuitive. So every number has a plus and a minus to it. Okay, every number. Maybe like if I come back again on this platform, we can go through all the birth dates, all the number ones, twos, combinations. Like a number 1 can be a 1, 10, 19. Okay, number 2 combinations are 2, 11. 11 is a master number that has its own effect on you. Then we have a 29th, which is again comes to a number 2. So every number, like a number 1 alone will be different, will have a different impact on you than a number 10. Okay, or a number 19th. Okay, so just because you're a number 1 doesn't mean all number ones are alike. Okay, the qualities are very different when you're a number 11 alone. Even for a number 4, like I'm a 31st born, like I've told you many times now. So anybody who's a number 4 alone, supposing you're born on the 4th of February or you're born on the 13th of Jan, will be very different from if you're born on the 31st of October. So every number combination makes a difference. Like supposing you're born on the 13th, it's a combination of 1 and 3. So a 1 and 3 combination will be very different from a 3 and 1, even though you're a number 4. Okay, so it's very interesting because every property, every digit has a very different property. 1 is sun, father. Okay, 2 is moon, mother. 3 is child. So when you add, supposing the child energy in 31st followed by the father energy, the qualities will be very different from when the father energy comes before. In a number 13, the father energy comes before the playful number 3, playful happy number 3. Okay, so it's very very interesting, and the more like we talk about this, the more we understand, the more we understand the depth of numerology, and how it can like really affect, influence, and transform our lives, right? So that is why we see many times that people want to like Mr. Vineet Saxena is saying, even a number 22, absolutely. So number 22 is again a number 4, but it's 2 moons. Now this person is going to be very very emotional. It has double moon energy in it, so it's going to be very interesting to go through all these things. And I've had like a lot of people who send me their date of birth right now. Mr. Vineet Saxena, Neha Sabu, um, a lot of other people. But guys, Abhi, right now we're not going to be able to take personal dates of birth. Maybe you can connect to me separately. I am available on Instagram at Tanvi Kapoor, TANVEEYKAPUR, and I can probably take all of this there and get back to you after some time with your whatever questions you have. So, I think this is pretty much the introduction. Other than that, what I also wanted to tell you is that so we've discussed the birth date, we've discussed your personal year, And personal month is a little complicated, so I'm not going to be discussing it right now. We've discussed the life path, which is the sum total of your complete date of birth. And now, what I'm going to tell you is about there are certain things in numerology which we'll just quickly go through before we take other questions and we end the session. So we've discussed the birth date number, we've discussed the life, which is like your date of birth number, the life path number, the sum total of your date of birth, the personal year, which is date plus month plus the current year. Now we'll also tell you about there's certain numbers in your chart which tell you about the challenges in your life. Like when I do a yearly reading for people, they or a detailed numerology reading. So there are different kinds of readings that I do. Like some people just come to me, that this is our problem, can you like check our numerology and tell us what to do. Some people want a detailed thing of what their challenge number is, what are the opportunities in their life, what are the challenges. So what is a challenge number? Now all of us have different challenge numbers in our life. So basically these challenges help us to grow in our life. Okay, everybody has some challenges. Some people will have it financially, some people will have it in relationships, some people will have it in their professional life, some people will have some challenges with their children, some people will have challenges in health, right? So once you know what your challenge number is, you're aware about that, we can work on that. Okay, we can work on those things, we can change them. Sometimes just having an awareness itself can help you feel so much more confident that okay, this is something that it is there in my chart, but maybe I can change the degree to which it is going to affect me and make the situation better. But if the degree changes from say 100 to a 30, you're going to feel much better about it. So just having the awareness and then working on changing that is very beneficial. Then we have the soul urge number. Now, what happens? A soul urge number is what you're going to work towards in your life. Okay, what you're going to work towards in your life. So, supposing your soul urge number is a number 9, lifelong you will just be giving, doing charity, doing philanthropic work, all of that, which is very good also. Okay, if your soul urge number is 1, okay, so then you're going to be doing everything that a leader would do. Okay, now especially in business, money, all of that. So soul urge number is also very important. Then there is a secret self number. So secret self number is basically what you portray outside to the world. Okay, so that is also very, very important. Now when we're doing like newborn numerology, okay, or if you're in your business and you supposing you're in a healing business, or supposing like I know, like I'm in the wellness business where I have to give readings to a lot of people. Rajshri and Nidhi are also sharing information, so their work is also very philanthropic. Now if I check their date of birth, okay, at some point maybe they would want to monetize this venture. Okay, I'm just taking a hypothetical situation here. Okay, I have had no such discussion with Nidhi or Rajshri. It's a very hypothetical thing. Or we take any other business which is all about communication or spreading awareness about anything to do with healing or anything else. It could be anything. Okay, now if any of them have a soul urge number as 9, and a secret self is 1, so their energies are always going to go in giving out, giving out, giving out. They will not even ask for any energy exchange. They will not ask for any money, okay, for anybody, because it's not inside them. It's not in their, they're not built that way. Their numbers don't speak that. And secret self is what the world sees of you. Okay. So both of these ladies are very confident, and people might be thinking, wow, really want to have a business like this? They must be so successful. They might be making so much money. I also want to start something like this, or, but that is what their face is to the outside world. And what their soul urge is, what they actually doing from within their soul, they just want to give out everything to everybody. I want to just benefit society. I'm not going to make a rupee out of it. Okay, so that is, so many times what happens is people want to do so much, but sometimes they're not able to monetize that because there is a conflict. So typically a soul urge can be a 1 and a secret self can be a 9. So we work on these numbers so that, if you're today doing so much in life, there is no harm or no shame in monetizing that, right? That's in the wellness world, we call that as energy exchange, right? So it is an exchange for their energy, right? So many times people have so much that they're doing, but they're not able to monetize that. So we see what is their soul urge number. Okay, what is their secret self number? So we try and work on all these things so that they are able to benefit from all their hard work in their life. Okay, and like I would like to repeat, this was just a very hypothetical example of what happens to many people in this business. I mean, I have been there, done that as well, so I can take my own example as well. Okay, and so how we can change these things and actually like grow and prosper in our lives. Okay, so these are the various things. So when I study your chart in detail, I will obviously go through everything, including you. First of all, will come to me with whatever challenge you're facing. We will see what your challenge number is, what your opportunity number is. Whether we need to change something, is something causing a conflict in your chart. Okay, but all of that stems from really what you come with, and then we specifically work around achieving that goal that you would like to accomplish, or where you're struggling to change that so that you can grow and transform your life completely. Or like many people say that, we moved to a new house, but ever since we moved, we are just spending all our money on like either renovation, or one day something would get spoiled, the second day something gets spoiled, there's something or the other, and we are just going on pumping money, pumping money, pumping money. So what do? We look at the numerology of that house also and see if we need to add a certain digit. And so many times you just need to add a certain number to the house, and immediately the extra expenditure stops. Similarly, we have situations like this even in offices, where there is a struggle, a constant struggle between employees, or sometimes even between partners, where there are many partners. Okay, we're talking about big companies, and so many times we can't. So when you come with a partner, when you're getting into a partnership, starting a company, many people come for the business name numerology, where we check the complete numerology of the partners and everything. Now many times there are like 10 partners in a big company, and I cannot, so we can't like check everybody's thing and then try to reach a harmonious thing, because every, like if there are two partners or three partners, it's still possible. Okay, or if you're a sole proprietor, it's still possible for me to give you something in harmony with your name, date of birth. So then we have other ways of going about it, where we give them a universal number, or we put a digit outside the office, or we come up with a company name if people are open to changing their names. We come up with a good company name, which is a flexible digit that goes with like everybody's date of birth. So there are various solutions to numerological solutions to everything. So I think that's pretty much been what I can share with you in today's session. So Nidhi, Rajshri, is there anything you have to say? Does anybody have any questions?
Like you said about the combination, there's one question from Usha Somani. I mean,
Okay.
how do two people combine? Like, if my personal number says to go ahead with something, but my husband's number says no, what do we do? Like,
Uh,
how.
I need to know very specifically what the situation is.
No, but then the question, actually, the general question would be like, does like the numbers, do they help two people to connect, or like, if one is the, like, two people are going in two opposite directions, so how their numbers would help them, like.
See, it again depends on what your numbers are. Okay, can you give me like a more detailed example of what exactly is your problem? I'll be able to guide you better. Of course, like I told you, we have numbers for compatibility. Okay, I will have to see your chart and see whether like many numbers are not compatible for, or they have certain struggles in relationships. Okay, I'll have to see what your challenge number is. Okay, but your chart will tell you independently about your struggle. If you have a struggle in any matters of relationship, it will reflect in your chart. Okay, so now your husband may not have that in his chart, but even if one of you have it in your charts, doesn't necessarily mean your husband will also have the similar number in his chart. If he doesn't, but if you do, it can lead to conflict. If you don't, but he does, it can lead to conflict. But by changing the combination of numbers in your chart, we can reduce that and make the atmosphere or your relationship or your compatibility much better. Now there are also, interestingly, thank you for bringing this up, a lot of people come with a lot of relationship related stress, even otherwise, and along with numerology to kind of help with anxiety instantly, crystals really help with this. Okay, so for relationship, I give rose quartz to my clients. That is something which is for love, relationship, peace, harmony, nurturing. Okay, and for anxiety, insomnia, and all these things, because these are also things that you go through. Now, there could be any kind of relationship, it could be office relationships, personal relationships that give you a lot of anxiety. Amethyst is amazing. It's a master crystal, it's a stress buster, it relieves your stress, insomnia, anxiety, all of that. In fact, I always keep it with me. This is a very small one I have, like right next to my laptop, because it takes away any kind of anxiety. Okay. Um, Constantly to keep it with you is good. Like I have one in every room, and I have like a really big one in my drawing room. I think it's about um maybe 3 feet or something. So you can even keep like pendants, rings, and it takes away. Like I knew that before the session, okay, that there'll be a lot of people, and I need to be able to express myself properly. So expression, there's lapis lazuli, which helps you in communication, especially if your business requires you to communicate a lot. Lapis is very very good. Also in interpersonal communication, like one of my clients, she said that my husband's a very good man, but whatever I say, um, whenever I try and express myself, it leads to conflict, right? So, and see, many people are not going to be believe in numerology. Many people don't want to get it done. Many people only want crystals. Many people only want numerology. They will be like, nahi, hame to numerology karana hai, we don't want to. So it completely depends on what you believe and what comes from inside you, you know. So it depends on that. But essentially, like crystals also like really help you feel calm. Okay. And it helps you feel centered, and there are crystals that will help you in better communication, wiser communication. So you will next time, like when you work with your crystal, I channelize your crystals depending on whatever your struggles are, and I send them over to you. And once you hold those crystals and meditate with them or keep them with you, you feel calmer. So you will automatically know what is the right thing to say to anybody at the right time. Okay. So depending on what your struggles are, we can take that up. Like I, for instance, like was feeling a little this thing. I was just like feeling how's the session going to go and everything. And for all my Zooms and my work requires me to do a lot of sessions with, of course, a lot of people one to one, which is fine, but also with a larger audience. So I always wear whatever. I keep my crystals with me, and I also always so this is an amethyst that I'm wearing right now. I don't know if you can see clearly. So this is for that. This is rhodo side. This is for like feeling nurtured and just relaxed and peaceful. This is for luck. So it completely depends on what you really get. Like I always tell my clients, my friends, my family members, everybody, that in your heart that what it is that you truly require, whether it is numerology or whether it is tarot, whether it is mediumship. So many times what happens is that especially in the last year, I've had like various experiences. I don't want to bring up the name of the people who've lost their loved ones to corona, or to like it wasn't even related to corona, but some people were hospitalized, and then they just lost their loved ones. So you have to internally know like what you want to go for, what will heal your soul, what will work for you, what will not work for you, and then take it from there. So always follow your internal compass, your intuition. I think that's like the universe talking to you, the angels talking to you. So that's what I would say. Guys, is there like, I don't know, I think there's like this complete painting that has come in my video right now. Only I'm able to see it. I don't know what it is. In any case, it's quite interesting. There's like, I think it's,
It's from your side.
yeah, but I don't know how it just came in the middle. It's pretty interesting. Anyways, I don't know how to change it. So I think it's the San Francisco bridge that's coming behind me somehow. Wow, I've been transformed to San Francisco. In any case, yeah. So that's, I hope that gave you somewhat a little bit clarity to your question. Is there anything else that we have? I'm going to just briefly switch off my video and see if I can come back, bring the video right back on and see if this goes away. Okay, just give me a second. Okay, yeah.
Um, so one more question, like you are a tarot reader as well. So
Yeah.
how does tarot reading help in one's life, and what value out of it can change our lives? Like how,
Okay.
like if there's a marriage proposal coming, so matching horoscopes for marriage, I mean, is it vital for a married life to match horoscope?
So I am not into horoscopes. Okay, so I am not the right person to ask that. I think you should ask somebody who's into horoscopes, because my um, knowledge in that would not be, may not be very accurate, or may not be very informed, because I don't study horoscopes. But of course, horoscopes also reflect numbers, right? I think it's through numbers and through the chart that they are able to see the compatibility. But numerologically, uh, we can definitely check compatibility. Okay, like even for this other client I was telling you about, that lady who just recently resettled in her life, who just got married, I had checked her chart and all of that as well. So from, I can check her chart, I can check, if somebody comes to me for marriage, I can check her husband's chart through date of birth, and I can check the other person's chart through date of birth, and check their compatibility, or tell them that this is the struggle that he might face in his life and she might face in her life. It just gives you more awareness. Okay, so you're a little bit more prepared for anything in your life, not just marriage, but your chart will tell you almost about anything and everything, you know, in terms of compatibility. Yeah, and in terms of struggle. So, for instance, I can tell you it's a very generic thing, but when a 3 and a 6 get into partnership, there can be a little bit of confusion in their personal lives. A birth date number 3, or a LP3, and a birth date 6. So 3 and 6. So, this is a very common, general example. There's much more to it, but this is just like a very generic example. Now, through tarot, what usually happens is when people want, like, when they want to, in tarot, people don't usually, like, my experience has been like, people don't come like solution oriented when they come for a tarot reading. They want to know what is going to happen, okay, and what they should do. Now for tarot, I have had people who have come to me for various things, in terms of getting out of a relationship. Is it going to work? Okay, if I get out of my marriage right now, if I have had a lot of people who have come to me, like, if they have been wanting to migrate and not sure where to migrate, which country. Okay, especially in 2018, a lot of people had come for something like this, 2018 and the early 2019 as well. Like, sometimes there is this planetary thing that everybody will come with similar questions. I don't know, but it happens. Okay, then people come with when they want to change their jobs, or switch their jobs, but they're not sure whether it will work for them. I hope that they don't regret it. Okay, I've had people who've come for guidance when they have had certain family members whose money is stuck in certain investments, and it's been a downfall, and they're scared of what is going to happen financially. I have had people, 99%, when I have relationship related things, it's always about, obviously, the husband wife relationship, or the girlfriend boyfriend relationship, the fiance relationship. So, clarity about that. Sometimes people are not sure what the future is. Like, I've had a lot of people who have also, like, broken up recently, and then they come and they want to know if they'll be able to find a good companion for themselves. So, it can be just about anything and everything, but it's people come with the intention of knowing if this is the right thing for them to do, if they should do it, not do it. Okay, I've had some people who've come for, like, health related things, not for themselves but for their parents or for their children. Okay, so it's so interesting, like, when people come for health related things, 99% of the times my experience has been it's never for themselves, it's always for some other loved ones. And so these are the various things that people come for when they want immediate clarity. Okay, so people usually, when they want to heal something, then they come for numerology, because they want to completely transform that aspect of their life. This is not working, this needs to change. Then those people don't come for tarot, then they come for numerology. When people want quick answers, whether it's going to be a yes no, or like how many months this year, then they come for tarot. Okay, so that is when I would tell you guys, if you're stuck somewhere, you want that immediate awareness or clarity, come for tarot. You want to completely change an aspect of your life, transform that, you please take numerology. Okay, if you don't want to change anything in your life, you're just going through a period where you're very anxious, or you feel that, okay, I would like my business to do better, it's doing very well, but is there something that can bring in more money? I would tell you, keep a citrine in your locker, or keep a citrine, wear a citrine bracelet, or keep citrine in your office. Or there are other crystals as well for, like, wealth. If you're starting a new venture, like a lady came to me, like, her husband starting a new venture, and for confidence. So I gave her another crystal for that. I gave her a green aventurine. So sometimes you don't, you don't have to have like big problems. You just need like small solutions to like grow and prosper in your life or to feel better. Even for people who face insomnia, okay, amethyst, this really really helps with insomnia. So if you keep like a amethyst ball or even a small amethyst geode in your by your bedside table, or you even carry like wear a bracelet constantly, it's it's good for all kinds of things. I think, everybody goes through certain amount of stress in their daily life, so amethyst is something that I swear by. It's also a master crystal. So it completely depends. Then clear quartz is very good for clarity. If you want clarity for something, which is like a long drawn situation, of course you can come and see like where you're headed in tarot. But otherwise, many people say that, what should I do? I always get confused when I have to take an important decision. I say keep a clear quartz with you. you know so the answer for different things is different. It also depends on what is the intensity of your situation and what you truly desire. Like for fertility related issues, if you're trying to conceive, for example, a carnelian is very very good. If a lot of women have certain problems with their their like their legs will hurt, or like, some people have some problems with their veins. So rose quartz is very good for love, but it's also very very good for anything to do with the skin, or like it just makes your body feel like very very nurtured. So different crystals for different things. Then we also have crystals for arthritis and a lot of other things. Like if you come to me, for example, if you've got a very severe case of arthritis in your family, so I'm not going to tell you to do numerology. Like the person's already a very severe case of going through a very severe health issue. And of course, like when you come like with a particular situation, for example arthritis, I will not tell you to leave your medications and all of that and stop going to the doctor and do crystal therapy. No, please continue with whatever you're doing. In addition to that, we add crystals to make your life easier and to help you feel more relaxed and calm and help you heal. It's a form of healing. So please don't ever, whether you contact me for crystals or you go to any other healer, please always remember that if you're going to a doctor, do not follow your professional medical whatever medicines you're on or whatever your doctors told you, whatever you've consulted. Don't stop that completely and switch to any healing modality. Please continue that, and alongside that you can try your healing, and then in consultation with your doctor, after the healing modality, if you're say 50-60% better, then you can consult with your doctor and then think of reworking on your medication plan. But please do not stop your traditional medication if you're taking healing from anybody, please. Pyrite is again very, very good for money. So it's good to keep it in your locker all the time. Like you can keep golden pyrite or silver pyrite in your locker. It's very good for abundance. It's very good for confidence also. So again, citrine and pyrite are very good for money. So these are just general things that are just occurring to me, and I'm just going through with you guys. And if you guys want to like connect with, like many people are into angels, or they feel they're able to communicate with higher beings and ascended masters. So that there are different crystals that can help you in that process as well. So selenite is one of them. So the crystals for everything, it's beautiful. And when I give you the crystals, and if you tell me that, Tanvi, this is what I'm going through, and then I'll send you a couple of options. These are the options that I would recommend for crystals for you. And if you get those crystals from me, then I set intentions, I charge those crystals for you. I also teach you how to charge your crystals every month, so that you are now capable of doing this on your own, and knowing how to work with your crystals on your own, how to charge your crystals, how to set your intentions, and how to like really work with your crystals in harmony. So I will teach you how to do that once if at all you connect in. So it's beautiful. I think any and every healing modality has its own benefits, and it's just something you have to feel from inside you, that what is it that you would like to go for. So just follow your intuition, your gut, and you will know what it is that you require for yourself, if you require anything for yourself.
So, Tanvi, what's the crystal for health?
So, citrine is for overall health. Citrine is for overall health. So, if somebody says overall health, we want a crystal, and they don't have anything in particular, but they just say we want a crystal for overall health, wellness, and happiness, I give them citrine. In addition to that, like I said, citrine is also for money, it's for prosperity, it's for overall wellness. And if somebody comes to me only for stomach or gut related issues, then also I give them citrine. So every crystal has multiple benefits. But for overall wellness and happiness, I recommend citrine. Citrine is a yellowish colored, yellowish whitish colored crystal. Yeah.
So I think that was quite an inspiring session, Tanvi. And we have so many questions coming up, like minerals, pyrite or iron one. I don't know what.
Pyrite in any form is good. You could have like a golden pyrite or a silver pyrite. Pyrite in any form is like very, very good for money and also for grounding and for confidence. Yeah. And even if you people don't want to necessarily like, it'll be great to hear from all of you. You can connect with me on Instagram. For those of you who are not on Instagram, you can connect with me on Facebook. I'm at TANVEEYKAPUR. And connect with me. I'll give you, I mean, it's a very limited, like it's a very good protected gathering today, so I can give you my mobile number as well. It's 9810723034. So you can drop me a WhatsApp. Even if you don't necessarily want to like get a reading or like buy something, you can like just call me if you want. Like there are so many questions out here that I've not been able to.
Just put it on the chat so that everybody can.
Okay, sure, just a moment. Mm-mm-mm-mm. I am able to somehow in the chat only reply. Why is it only showing reply privately? Not able to put it out. Just a moment. Okay, Nidhi, will you just check if this is coming out properly?
Um, okay, you can just repeat.
I think it's gone privately. Yeah, it's gone private only because last Vineet had message.
Just tell me the number. I'll just type it.
Just 1 second.
You just have to say everyone.
Yeah, I'm not able to find the everyone option, but let me like scroll right to the top and then see if I can find it because that's where it usually is. Right now, I'm still in the middle of the list. Okay, so have you got that? Yeah? Yeah. Okay, great. I think everybody's got it now, right? So you guys can WhatsApp me and I'd be happy to take your questions there. If you've not been able to take all the questions today, I will be able to, like if you want to know what crystal is for what, and it doesn't have to be that you want to buy it, even if you just want some information, I will be happy to. Also, guys, please just drop me a WhatsApp. I may not be able to, you can leave me your name and drop me a WhatsApp.
Tanvi, can you repeat your number once again?
Yeah, sure. It's 98107 23034.
Okay, Tanvi, we have a question from Ashutosh Jhawar.
Yeah.
How does name numerology combine with the birth number? Does your birth numerology itself affect your karma, or it has to be always seen along with the name?
Sorry, could you repeat the question, please?
How does name numerology combine with birth number? Does your birth numerology affect your karma, or it has to be always seen along with name?
See, your birth is very, very important. Your birth date is very, very important because it's your birth date and it's your birth date and your complete birth date will tell you. So, okay, let me get into the details and tell you this. So your birth date will tell you how your first, say, 35 odd years of your life will be. After 35, your life path becomes more prominent. What is your life path? Your life path is your date of birth, your month of birth, and your year of birth. Like I'm an LP8. My birth date, 31st October 1983, adds to a 8. So I'm a life path 8. So 8 becomes more prominent in my life, but that birth date is also 4. So 4 and 8 have similar properties. Money, fixed assets, land, learning. Okay, now by number 4s also have some many other qualities, which a birth date quality will be very different, and plus I'm a 3 and 1, so that also makes it very, very different. So your birth date is very, very prominent. Okay, but your name is also equally prominent because that's a complete expression. That's like who you are. Okay, so it's a combination of that. Okay, it's a combination of your date of birth and your year of birth and your name that we have to study and see that everything is in harmony. Okay, because see, you're born with your date of birth. Okay, so that is not something that can be in conflict with each other. I can't tell you कि आपका date of birth और आपका personal year का conflict है. You have to study everything and then see what is not in harmony. And more than that, I will not just study your chart if you don't have an issue. If you feel there's something that you want to transform or something that you're struggling with, only then we study your chart and see what are the solutions. If nothing, if you're not looking for anything to be transformed, then we don't need to look at your chart. But yes, we have to look at your chart in totality, your birth date, your year of birth, so your birth date in totality, and your name. Okay, and the soul urge and the secret self, all this comes through your name only. Okay, so we have to see, when we make a chart, we don't make a separate chart for your date of birth and a separate chart for your name. We make a combined chart taking your date of birth and your name, and then from there we take we develop a chart and then see as to what your chart says and what can be changed, what is in your favor, what needs to improve. So it's a combination, amalgamation of your date of birth as well as your name numerology.
Okay, Tanvi, one last question. And then we would not like to end this session because there's so much more to know. But we are taking one last question from
Sure.
Rashtriya.
Okay.
Tanvi, how do we make sure that we buy the crystal that suits us the best in terms of quality and price? As there are so many people out there selling stuff and the price range varies exorbitantly.
So that's a very, very interesting question, because see, no two people typically are going to sell you the same crystal for the same price. Okay. And I would just say follow your knowing, and follow your heart, whatever. So we'll do a quick exercise now. This is not related to numerology, this is not related to tarot, this is not related to mediumship or anything else, but it's just a very, very quick exercise that we can do, which can help us get answers in life very, very quickly. It's something that I follow because so many times I can't open my tarot cards in the middle of a meeting or when I'm on my way to some place and I need an answer. So what I do is, so if you guys are all ready, can you just free your hands and just rub them together like this quickly. Close your eyes and ask yourself this question. First of all, just touch your feet to the ground. So this will help you to do a grounding exercise. Okay, it'll help you ground. Take 3 deep breaths. So Nidhi or Archery, do any of you have a question other than which crystal do we have to buy? Anything that is in your mind right now, because that's how I will explain to you through this exercise how you can get the answer. Do you have any question in your mind at all, one of you? Of course, not a very personal question, something that you can discuss on this platform. Any questions, or should I just give a general question and we proceed? Okay, so whatever question that any of you ever have and you're confused about something, okay, supposing so what you're going to do is, after you've closed your eyes quickly and just taken 2 or 3 deep breaths, just close your eyes and ask yourself in your mind, you don't have to call it out aloud, that if I were to take this decision, or if I were to buy this, or if I were to take this job, or if I was to take this opportunity, what would my life feel like in 3 months from now? So different people can have a different question in their mind right now. All of you pick your question. Whatever your question is, ask yourself that question and say, if it's a yes, no thing, or if you have multiple questions, go with the first option. First option, with whatever question you have, if there are options like you need to switch a house, 3 localities available, you need to go for a holiday, you can't decide between 3 destinations. Go one by one with the options. If you were to pick option number 1, what would your life be in 3 months from now? Either you will feel a tightening of your stomach or a tightening in your chest, or you will feel completely relaxed. The moment you feel a tightening or a contraction in your chest or your stomach or your body, that is not the option that you will be selecting naturally. You will go with the option that feels the lightest, feels the calmest, feels the easiest. It's a very easy exercise. It can be done with anything and everything. You want to hire an employee, of course, you go through their resume. You want to like choose a destination to visit. You don't have the time to, look up something, or even if you need to hire somebody, you need to invest in something. You don't have the time, or you don't want to get a tarot done or anything else done, but you need the clarity. This is a great exercise to go for. So, whatever your question is, if I go with this option, what will our life be like in 3 months from now, 6 months from now? And whatever you feel in your body will give you instant guidance as to what you should go ahead with. If you feel contraction in your body, any kind of contraction, restriction, you will know that's not what you go ahead with, okay? And you can open your eyes. So, did any of you get any clarity with this exercise? Were you able to feel a contraction in your belly or in your chest or a restriction? I can see Usha say yes, Mrs. Usha Samani, and yeah, Miss or Mrs. I don't know, Usha Samani.
I'll just
And
unmute her once.
sorry,
I'll just unmute Usha Somani.
yeah.
Yeah, Tanvir, I did get in my stomach. I was feeling, little. I don't know, something different I felt happening. I
Yeah,
don't
so
know.
exactly. So the thing is this, like we feel we are different from our bodies. Our body is a separate entity. We are separate entities. But the body is always giving us information. This is the first thing that I learned in Access Consciousness. So I'm also certified in Access Consciousness, body work and bars and, many other things in Access Consciousness. But this is one of the first things that we learned is that your body is always giving you information. So remember, like so if you enter a party and you meet somebody new and all of a sudden your stomach contracts and you feel like, I don't know what just happened to me. Or if you meet somebody out somewhere and you're just like, you just feel your heart opening up. So that automatically tells you, so what is that? That's energy, right? In fact, that's the reason, Nidhi, that you were mentioning my venture, energy workers, and my podcast. Which is now on. So, guys also have a podcast by the name of Energy Retreat with Tanvi Kapoor, where we talk about organic products, services. We've had several organic brands come with us, and all about natural, organic food brands, wellness brands, beauty brands, food brands. All of that. It's available on Google Podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, TuneIn Radio. So, energy is everything coming. Like Usha said, she felt this. So what is that? That's energy. Our body is always giving us information. And if we listen to that information, 99% we are always going to do what works for us. Right? So when you meet somebody for the first time, if you're in a very uncomfortable situation, what happens? Why do we say, oh my God, I was so nervous, I was so anxious? Or, I felt so bad when this person spoke to me like this that my stomach just buckled up, or I felt like my chest tightening. What is that? That is your body giving you information that this is not something which is good for you, or this is not something that works for you, right? Similarly, like if in any situation you need to choose immediately, like when you start doing this exercise, you don't even need to close your eyes, do a grounding exercise. When you've done it like 30, 40, 50 times, it'll come to you so naturally that you just need to ask yourself in your mind that, okay, will this work? How will I feel if I go with this 3 months from now? And your body will tell you instantly how it's going to feel to be in that situation 3 months, 6 months from now, 1 year from now, 10 years from now, 30 years from now. So when you're like, supposing you're starting a new venture and you're not sure like who to bring in a certain post, you can even do an exercise for that. That if this is a person I keep in the senior most position in my organization or in my marketing or networking position, how is this going to work out 5 years from now? Or if I invest my money in this property, how is that going to work out 5 years from now? So this is an exercise that you can use yourselves, and you don't need to even kind of go to other people, because your body is so capable of giving you all the information that you desire. you know So if you ever go to, even like if you go to buy it's so interesting, even if you go to buy like a designer outfit or a piece of jewelry, like ask it, if I buy you, will you make me money? You know, if I buy you, will you improve my health? Like, will you make me money? Because everything has consciousness in it. It's not just human beings. Your furniture has consciousness. What you eat in has consciousness. Your car has consciousness. So this is one of the easiest exercise, and you just need to, you will just work on your skills, because I feel each one of us is equally intuitively blessed. We just have to hone those skills and utilize them. And once we learn to utilize our own skills, we don't need to be dependent on anybody else to give us any answers in life. Okay. So I hope this session has been useful for everybody, and it was really fun for me to be here. Thank you so much, Nidhi and Rajshri, to have me on this platform, and I'd love to be back here sometime soon with something else.
We love to have you back because there's so much to ask, and you've enlightened us so much about numbers. There are names, and there are tarot reading, and so many things you have been doing. That's really great, Tanvi. And I had seen you long back
Yes.
on our tour to South Africa, and
Yeah.
such a long way. And I'm so happy to see you where you are.
Thank you so much, Nidhi. Thank you.
And
It's a pleasure.
just a small routine thank you note from Rajshri. Yeah.
Thank you, Tanvi. Happiness doesn't result from what we get, but from what we give. Thank you, Tanvi, for helping us minimize the hurdles on our life's path and showing us ways to make the path as easy and as much joy as possible, for illuminating our minds with your supreme art. And also thank you, Tanvi, for being a charming gardener, making our souls blossom. When we give cheerfully and accept gratefully, everyone is blessed. And this session was just that. Thank you, everyone, for staying on. Hoping you enjoyed the session. Stay tuned with us for further webinars. Thank you soon.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much, Nidhi, Rajshri, the White Aura. And thank you, all of you, for taking out your time. And I hope you benefited from today's session. Thank you so much, guys. And please practice this little exercise that I told you, because it's really going to benefit you in knowing yourself, what's good for you. I think the more we know ourselves, the less dependent we are on other people to guide us as to what we need to do. And that is so empowering. So, on that note, guys, see you. Bye bye. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye bye.